Tesla looked weak this week. FSD accidents, investigations, lawsuits, and stock pressure all hit the headlines. But here is my honest view as a Tesla investor. This was not simply a bad week for Tesla. This was the week where FSD was tested, but Robotaxi, energy, and AI infrastructure quietly moved forward. And that difference matters a lot. Hi, this is Ken. Today I want to break down the most important Tesla stories from this week, not as separate news headlines, but as one bigger story. Because if you only look at the stock price, this week may look negative. But if you look deeper, the picture is more complicated. Tesla's short-term risk increased, but Tesla's long-term opportunity may have expanded at the same time. So in this video, I want to explain what really happened, why the market reacted, and what Tesla investors should watch next. Let's start with the stock. At the beginning of the week, Tesla was already standing at an important point. Many investors were watching the $416 area because the 20-day moving average and the 200-day moving average were close to that level. But to me, the more important level was actually $400. If Tesla could stay above $400, the stock still had a path toward $402, $413, and eventually $416. But if Tesla clearly lost $400, then a retest of the $390 area became more realistic. So even before the FSD news hit, Tesla was already at a technical crossroads. The stock was not broken, but it was not strong either. Then, the FSD-related news changed the mood. There was a fatal crash in Texas. There were investigations from NHTSA and NTSB, and there were also lawsuits. The market reaction was not just about one accident. The real fear was bigger. Investors were asking whether FSD and Robotaxi could face more regulatory pressure, more delays, and more public skepticism. That matters because Tesla is no longer priced like a normal EV company. A large part of Tesla's valuation depends on FSD, Robotaxi, AI, and Optimus. So when trust in FSD is questioned, the stock reacts immediately. But here is the key point. I do not think this means FSD has failed. Actually, I think this week showed that FSD has entered a new phase. FSD is moving from a technology competition to a trust competition. In the past, the big question was simple. Can the car drive well? Can it handle difficult roads? Can it react faster than humans? But now the questions are different. Can Tesla explain what happened after an accident? Can regulators trust Tesla's data? Can society accept autonomous driving on public roads? This is the real shift. The biggest wall for FSD may no longer be technology, it may be trust. And this is why the regulatory news this week was so important. While FSD was under pressure, global autonomous driving rules were moving forward. UNECE continued working on international rules for fully autonomous vehicles. To me, this is a very important signal because governments are not simply saying we should stop autonomous driving. Instead, they are asking, how can we introduce autonomous driving safely? That is a very different conversation. It means autonomous driving is moving from experiment to regulation, from a test project to a social system. And if Tesla can prove safety with data, this could become a long-term tailwind. There was also important news in the United States. NHTSA is reportedly considering removing the manual brake pedal requirement for fully autonomous vehicles. This matters directly for Cybercab. Cybercab is not designed as a normal car. It is not a car where a human drives first and AI helps later. Cybercab is designed around the idea that AI is the driver. So if regulation begins to accept vehicles without traditional human controls, that would be a major step for Tesla's Robotaxi strategy. This is not just about one vehicle design. This is about whether the law is ready for a new category of transportation. And I think many people still underestimate Cybercab. Cybercab is not just another Tesla model. Model 3 and Model Y help Tesla scale EV adoption, but Cybercab is trying to change Tesla's profit model. A normal car is sold once, but a robotaxi can keep operating. It can keep generating revenue. It can turn a vehicle from a product into an earning asset. That is why Cybercab is so important. If Tesla succeeds, the business model changes from selling cars to operating an autonomous network. That is a completely different level of opportunity. Now, let's talk about Tesla Energy. Honestly, this may have been one of the most important stories of the week. In Europe, Tesla reportedly moved forward with a 25 gigawatt-hour scale megapack deal with NAT Power. In the United States, Tesla is also involved in a large virtual power plant project with Sunrun and Renew Home. When I look at these moves, I do not see Tesla Energy as just a battery business anymore. I see a platform for the AI era. AI data centers will need massive amounts of electricity. The grid will need more flexibility. Homes, batteries, solar, and software will need to work together. And Tesla is one of the few companies that can connect hardware, software, energy storage, and AI. So while the market focuses on car deliveries, Tesla Energy may be building a much bigger infrastructure story. The Megapod trademark also caught my attention. We do not know exactly what Tesla will do with it yet, but the idea seems connected to AI computing, power, cooling, and networking. That sounds much closer to AI infrastructure than traditional automotive manufacturing, and when we add Optimus to this picture, Tesla's future becomes even broader. Optimus is not just a robot. It connects to AI chips, inference, batteries, manufacturing, and real-world automation. So, this week reminded me that Tesla's future may not be defined only by vehicles. It may be defined by infrastructure. There were also signs of strength in the existing auto business. Europe showed signs of sales recovery. Giga Berlin is reportedly planning more production and hiring. Cybertruck also received a strong safety rating from IIHS. Of course, there are still challenges. Some countries remain cautious about FSD, but that also supports my main point. The next stage of Tesla's competition is not only about who has the best technology, it is about who can build trust with regulators, consumers, and governments. So here is my conclusion for this week. In the short term, Tesla faced real pressure. FSD trust was tested, the stock struggled, and investors had a good reason to be cautious. But in the long term, Robotaxi regulation moved forward. Energy expanded. AI infrastructure became more visible, and Tesla's business model continued to evolve. So I would describe this week like this. FSD was tested, but Tesla's future did not stop. It actually became more serious. Next week, I will be watching 3 things. First, how the FSD investigations develop. Second, whether Cybercab-related regulation continues to move forward. And third, whether energy and AI infrastructure become a bigger part of Tesla's story. As an investor, I do not think this is a simple, bullish, or bearish week. I think this was a reality check. Tesla's opportunity is huge, but the company now needs to prove not only that its technology works, but that the world can trust it. What do you think was the most important Tesla story this week? Was it the FSD risk, the Cybercab regulation news, or Tesla Energy? Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you understand the bigger picture, please hit the like button and subscribe. I post Tesla updates every day, so this channel will help you stay on top of almost everything happening around Tesla. Thanks for watching. Let's enjoy the future with Tesla. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home, I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.